Hi folks, it's me, Mark at Edinburgh Model Hand Cave, and just a little update on the final review of the Tamiya 135 Sherman tank, and also my progress through the Takom 135 T29. Sorry for the delay in the video. I was off last week on holiday, and unfortunately the wife caught COVID, tested positive, so we had to go in isolation for 10 days. And to be honest, after my third day sitting in the house, I wasn't really in the mood to do much modelling or do a video, so I apologise on that. So we'll get back to hopefully the weekly videos. So we'll start off with this one. This is the Tamiya, as I see in the box. Tamiya, the M4 Sherman Easy 8 European Theatre. Absolutely lovely kit. Never enjoyed a tank kit as much as this. In my previous video, I explained how I used different shades of olive drab using Flat Earth, Buff, NATO Black, and I also used Insignia White to give different tonal shades. I also used for the models dark wash and streaking in the streak the grime wash that I used. I also used MIG pigments. I used the gunmetal on the edges. The other problem I had was I was thinking about storage when I bought the model. So I got this. This is all resin. Part for the 2 jerry cans at the back. And I think the box I got from eBay on Red Dog Models. I think it was about £8. But the problem that came is you stick it on, but what's tying it on? And I couldn't figure out how to tie it. So I went online, had a look, and somebody said wax cord that they use. So 0.05 for 135 scale. So went on Amazon, I got a big bundle of it for about £5 or something like that, and what I've done is I super glued the logs together, bounded them and connected them up. Done all the storage at the back. I'll lift up the camera a wee bit so you can see a wee bit there. There we go. I'm not very good at storage painting, but what I've done is I've done them in different colours, brown and green, and used a lighter shade of them to do the straps. The wheels are completely different from the wheels that are on the tank. That's unfortunate, but it's just one of these things. Same thing here, bounded it. Went over, let's say, all the edges with the gunmetal to brighten up. The tracks didn't come out as good as what I thought because I mixed up some pigment with water and some PVA glue, but I don't think there was enough PVA glue to stick because I wanted all the wee bits like mud sticking to it. Then what I've done is I just got a light buffer because I've already done them in dark steel, dark iron, and just buffed up the raised areas. This bit here, the wee board, was made from a lollipop stick. That I just cut to shape and super glued in. And what I've done is, I don't know if you'll, I'll try and lift it. There is a little bit of PE that I had spare that I put in like a metal strap going across with some bolts, but you can hardly see it because I weathered it with wood deck tan and dark pigments, everything like that. The Commander, I have still not painted that yet. I was going to repaint them. I didn't like how I painted them. I'm not a figure painter, but I got carried away with the T29, so I've just left him how he is because I do like it. So I will get round to painting them with Vallejo colours. They were with Tamiya colours. that I painted. I think Vallejo paints would be better, the model colour paints. But a totally enjoyable build. That was just steel from Alclad. I just taped it off. Apart from that, that was it. The base, if I lift that off, this, I done this in a morning. This is the same. I got this from eBay from Red Dog Models. It's a resin base. Here it is. What I done is I got every single, I think I've got about 7 different shades of grey from Vallejo and Tamiya, and done a mixture all over because nobody would be the same, and tried to separate it. Then I got a dark wash. Actually, it was UMP dark dirt, or anyway, the UMP wash put over it to fill in the gaps. Then I got pigments mixed with water that I stuck in the gaps as well, in compressed dirt. Then I got the, I think it was the Ammo Mig streaking effects, that grime that I put in the guttering in all the recesses of the pavement. It gives you, it's like there, you can see it, there, it's got like wee grime marks here and there. Then I done a very light grey, it's a light ghost grey that I dry brushed to give that effect, like it's been scuffed with the tank. Then it was flat coated. And I think that just, I didn't want to make a base that took away from the tank. You can see here it's very plain, there's nothing there, but I'm thinking, well, half the muds came off. I did give a sort of mud, good cover in mud, but I thought that it was just a nice wee base to put on. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was really, one of my best kits that I've ever built, personally myself. It was new techniques that I've done, i.e. how to paint wood, how to do a street. Folk that do dioramas, I take my hats off them to get them perfect in real life. The figure was a first. I wasn't originally going to put a figure, but I done it. The storage was another thing. I have done storage before, but I think that came out better than what I thought it would come out. Overall, an absolutely lovely kit, and I'm pretty proud of it, actually, to be honest. I got great remarks from Facebook, on the Facebook group, so if you're on the Facebook group that's seen this and liked it and put a nice comment in it, thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. It's definitely a confidence booster. And if anybody wants an easy tank, no pun there, to build, get this one. I think it's about £30 odd or something like that. There it is there. But I highly recommend this kit. I'm actually thinking I might get another one, or the Right Field Models version of it, and try it. I'm a sucker now for Sherman tanks. So that is now the final reveal of the Sherman Easy 8 tank 135 from Tamiya. And after this, we'll go straight back to the other kit that I've got into primer stage. So see you in a tick. Right, we are back. We're back on to the Takom 135 T29E American Heavy Tank. This is how far I've got. The tracks are all pre-assembled, they're a Lincoln length, as you can see. I fitted the, I can't remember what they call it, the guide horns, or what the track or the rod, or I pre-fitted it because it was easier. It does just clip on and off, but that'll be easy because I can just put the wheels on when I get to them. So they're all primed except for that wee bit, but what about that? Again, at the back, so you don't really see it much. But they were quite a bit fiddly, but once the glue set in, it was fine. What I done on the turret was I got Mr. Surfacer 1000 and stippled it to give a more cast texture. But before that, I took my little trusty grinder. And what I done is I grinded all the weld marks here. Don't know if you can get that's a bit light. You can see it there. To give a better, see if we can get that. That's a bit light. I'll zoom a wee bit. Yeah, yeah. Just enhance it a bit. Just enhance this bit a bit. Give a bit more texture all around. Make it rough and ready. Because this was meant to be competing with the King Tiger, but the war ended before it was even in service. I think this is 1945, 1946. So I would have done well beads, but I'm not there. I didn't have any tamiya epoxy putty. I was going to cut a ridge like what Night Shift done, Martin Kovac, and do the well beads, but I've not got anything. These I've grinded away to make them look like shell marks, which I'm going to make rusty and all that. Everything was done. I got a ball drill and done all the cast texture underneath. It's all rough there because, like the Sherman tank at the back, a boy would have been grinding all this smooth and shaping it. Same with wee marks like that. It just makes it more interesting because it was quite plain, the kit version. Now it's got texture to it. It looks like it's been in the war. It's rough and ready. The mixture of the black and the grey helped. So hopefully when I do the colour scheme that I'm wanting to do, it'll show it. This is all plastic, a clear plastic. That's just tamiya tape that I've done. I'm going to put them in smoke like I did with the Sherman. I do light smoke for the windows. Apart from that, that's it. They're all fine and fine. I'm missing a wee bit of that. That went flying, the wee grab handle, but I can make one up like that. The main hull went together quite easy. Just dark. Mr. Suffers again. These, you're probably saying, what's wrong with it? These are glow marks that I could see through the black. I didn't like. I can still see a couple here. And a couple, that one there. I'll sand down, reprime. Don't worry about that. I snapped that by mistake. But it's a part of the exhaust, which again, the same thing again. If it focuses. Same thing, I put a bit of texture on it using, I think it was that stuff, Mr. Cement S. Just with a brush. I started to stip on it to give a bit of texture, but they go, it goes something like that. So again, don't worry about it. And that'll be that sorted. So I'll only put a bit of cast texture on that. You can see it there, a bit of cast texture there at the front. All here. These bits were sticking out like a point, which the real tank didn't have. So I've got the grinder out and I grinded them a bit smoother. Anything else? Nothing really. It smells like the box. You can get a P Voyager P set, but I wasn't going to spend another £20 odd on a kit, on PE for a kit that I was just going to build. I'll prefer building a box. It depends if I want to go that route of PE, but this one, nah. This one I've got a bit of an idea for, because this is in the game World of War Tanks. So I've got a couple of paint schemes. Again, cast texture again. You can see where I put the drill. It'd be like a weld seam going across. And just that stubbled it with the primer. Again, nothing too hard. Drilled out the holes for the guns. The original cover, dust cover, I was going to use that one. The barrel, there's no metal barrel for this kit, so don't go looking for it. So that would go like that, and onto here. like that, but it's only really held in by that. It's some size of boom kit, boomstick should I say. But the World of Tanks one has this one, which just clicks in. It's, there you go, clicks in the bar, wee bit go, fine. I've got the gun for this as well. There you go. There's very little stiffness in it. I'm just going to probably end up gluing it in spot. It's not like the Sherman one, which had the rubber polycaps. This is, you look at. The problem is that that's the only problem. We say you're paying what, nearly £50 for that. You think they would have came up with polycaps so you could easily move it, but that's, it is what it is. The wheels, what I've done with the wheels is I roughed them up so it looks like they've been all worn. Painted them, or I should say primed them. Still got the other sides to do, so I thought more of this today. The machine gun came out quite nice. All primed. I see that just mounts onto that, so it's nothing. Had to drill the hole a wee bit deeper in that to fit this. Looks flush again, but I'll leave that to the last. The lights, what I've done is, as you can see on this one, it's pointy stick. I've drilled the holes at the back. They go into these wee slots here. So what I'm going to do is slot them in and get some wire. So it's like it's wire going to the lights at the back. See with this one at the back. So it looks like there's like wire coming from it. Quite simple. There's a radio mount here, which I'm going to draw a couple of holes and put some wires going into it, into here. Paint scheme I haven't chose yet. There's a couple of them that I've got. I've put them on my face on Facebook channels. There's one of them up if like it's like a sand texture with a hull red. It looks very much like the Russian Terminator tank with it's like zigzags going across. It looks like a hull red zigzag, and I'm actually thinking of doing it with the chipping effect. So with the red zigzags scratch away, you'll get this, I think it's like a sandy yellow colour coming through. So I might do that one, but that's what I'm at the moment. I'll be honest with you, the mojo has been a bit on the low point. It's not as fast as it's what it should be, but I think it's more to do with the heat than anything else. But I'm happy where it is, where this is going. As I say, I'll sand aim down even further, get them nice and smooth, reprime it. Then I'll think about what paint scheme, look at the paints that I've got. I also picked up, I've got a couple of things in order. Got these, the wearing pencils again. I've got the rust effect ones. I've got the dark marks, and I've got that. I've also got a set of rust washes coming as well. So we'll see how it goes and see how far I get on. The only thing I'm thinking about that might cause me a problem is I might have to use vinyl tape to get the straight lines on this because it's an uneven surface. Or should I just go for the plain Jane and the olive drab? Again, it's me. I've already done an olive drab tank. I was going to go for the other one, which had all the lines on it, but that uses that mount, and I didn't like that mount because you would have to get that looking like a really good canvas, and I don't think I'm at that point yet where I can make this look like a canvas. So I'm going to have to do a wee bit of research. As I say, I've got a couple in mind. I'll see how it goes. As I say, I apologise for the lack of updates, just because of COVID and all that, and being lack of mojo, but I'm at 131 subscribers. Love to get to 200. Appreciate every single one of you who have put nice comments down about the channel. Hopefully I'll be back up and running and doing my weekly updates. So if you know a friend, know anybody, like and subscribe. Let's get to the 200, folks. Stay safe. I know we're coming out of lockdowns and Australia's back in the lockdown. Hopefully we're having, it's what they call Freedom Day, I think it's in Scotland. It's going to be the 9th of August. I'm at work this week, but I'm off next week. So next week's going to be a make-up for the holiday that I missed due to COVID. So I might not get much done then, but we'll see how it goes. So as the all saying is, remember, don't be a dafty. Get crafty. Like and subscribe, and see you next time. Cheers, folks.